Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Alien 3 Ripley action figure by NECA. There is quite a lot I like about this figure, but before we go into all the good things and stuff, I do want to point out that at least my particular figure came packaged with the right hand on the left arm and the left hand on the right arm, which is something that I knew when I bought this, because despite that, and you know, I'm hoping that they're easily swappable. Despite that, this one had the best paint job as far as like the details on the costume and the head and all that. Now, we're talking about the head, so let's just go into it. This head's pretty good. It's better than the two Ripley Alien figures we had from the first movie, because those were atrocious. And then it's not as good as the Aliens Ripley figure. This is like somewhere in the middle. It's decent. It definitely reads like Sigourney Weaver, but you know, NECA already did a really good Sigourney Weaver head with Aliens. I don't know why they couldn't continue that work with this figure. This figure is a slight step backward, but I still think they did a good job painting the eyebrows and the eyeballs. You know, the lips and nose look okay. The mouth area does read like Sigourney Weaver's, you know, kind of face features. The features there are, you know, pretty good. The shape of her head, though, and as far as like the hairstyle, you do get a sense of the buzz cut. I like the little light brown over the dark brown, so that reads good. But what really reads well is the rest of her outfit. Like the whole costume on this character is really, really well done. The fabric sculpting, the little texturing or texturizing on the pants and jacket are just great. You get the seam going down the side, you get the wrinkles, good details on her boots, not just the laces, but the little rivets that the laces go through. Really strong work, just like the edge of the pants there, and all the little holes that are in the pants, the wear and tear on these. But that jacket looks great. I love the way that the collar kind of bends down. There's really good sculpting to this as far as the way it hangs. Same thing with like the back of the jacket and that little cross pattern texture, the way the hood lays. Really, really, really strong work. And the paint on this is just awesome. You get all the little gold paint, like the little rivety things going down the side of the jacket, and they look fantastic and are really perfectly painted. There's no smeared gold paint anywhere. The rope around her pants. The only thing to be on the lookout for are the holes in these pants. Now these are pretty good, but I saw some in stores where like the little orange paint that kind of highlights those holes was really glopped on and really looked kind of silly. This one I got here, I think the holes, the black and the little orangey brown paint is much better. Articulation on this figure is pretty good. There appears to be a ball joint in the ankles. You got the swiveling ball hinge at the knees, the full rotation ball joint at the hips. There are two kind of torso cuts. There is a waist cut and a mid-torso right there and there, and it appears to be kind of a sort of a ball hinge for both, or at least a decent swivel. We've got the hinging ball hinge shoulders, the swiveling hinged wrists, elbow joints, and then the wrists, which I tried pulling the arms off, and the joint inside there for the wrist is so kind of soft and rubbery. It actually started kind of ripping the joint like that. There's a ball that plugs into the hand, but that ball joint, it's kind of tough, and I'm not going to pull on this anymore because it started ripping the joint, so that sucks. There's also a ball joint at the top of the neck for her head, which has decent, you know, mobility to it. But what's cool is you can take the arms off at the shoulder, because she comes with an alternate set of arms. What you do is you take the arms out, and then you take off the jacket, and you get the tank top version of the figure. And at least this one's got the correct hands, like on the arms, so at least I don't have that problem again. And I do like the look of this figure. It looks really cool. Now this figure has, these arms have gloves on them as well, so if you wanted the figure with just like regular hands, you're out of luck. But it comes with two other accessories, including this flashlight, which looks pretty good. Here's just a close-up look at that, with a little button on top and a little light. But it also comes with the flare, and I think this flare looks pretty good as far as the sculpt of it goes. You can see a little metal kind of like shielding there, and a little rope hanging from the bottom. It's a nice little sculpt, I dig it. All in all, I like this figure, despite the fact that the jacketed arms are stuck with their hands backwards. But, you know, I guess that's the price I pay for taking a risk on a figure. This one did have the best paint job as far as like the face and jacket and everything, so I'm still happy with my purchase because I plan on displaying it with these arms and not the jacketed arms. because I do dig this look of Ripley the most, like from Alien 3, between the two options for this figure. So yeah, as an Alien 3 fan, I dig this figure. I think it turned out pretty good. And yeah, I'm an Alien 3 fan. There are not a lot of us out there, but I think that movie gets a bit of a bad rap. There are some bad things in the theatrical cut, but there's some pretty good choices made in that theatrical cut. But if you can, check out the work print edit version of it. That's available on DVD and Blu-ray. That is a much better version of Alien 3, definitely worth seeking out. I think if you're a fan, this figure is worth seeking out. So thanks for watching, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff.